Social media platforms are popping up everywhere these days. The big platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube has become a necessity for a musician. Musicians who do not have a presence on these channels are often seen as not very serious about their career. I mean, an artist without an Instagram account is like a business without a website or a shop front. And while it's important to be present on these big social media platforms, it's also worthwhile looking into the niche social medias that are out there, the ones that might fit your brand and your music perfectly. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Smartbakken, and in this week's video, I will give you 4 niche platforms that musicians need to know in 2020. Before I get started, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more music marketing related videos, just like this one. So niche social medias out there offer benefits that the main players cannot, with much less spam, more traffic directed your way, and with specific audiences that matches your fans. Remember my video about the buyer's personas? If you haven't watched this yet, I'll put the link in the caption. Check it out. This is going to help you understand your audience, your fans. So by knowing who your end users are, that is your fans, your followers, your potential followers, you will also get a better understanding where they hang out online. Once you know where they hang out online, you need to create a presence where they hang out. Create a room there, a profile there, share content here, engage with the fans here. You need to be seen where they hang out. So the first step is to have the understanding of who your audience and who your fans and potential fans are. The next step when choosing a niche platform is to actually take consideration the format that you want to communicate through as well. Do you like doing video content? Do you like doing forums discussions? Do you like sharing images? Or do you love live streaming? Think of a perfect format for you that you like to communicate through. So to help give you a better understanding, here are 4 different niche platforms musicians need to know in 2020. Number 1, TikTok. Okay, so I'm kind of cheating with this one because it's no longer a niche social media anymore. TikTok has gained a lot of market share very fast in the last few years and is now considered one of the big platforms out there. And it's actually one of the most important platforms for musicians. The whole concept of TikTok is based around viral audio. What do you make as a musician? You make audio. And what do you want? You want that audio to go viral. This is a platform designed for this. So as a musician, you can have 2 different goals with TikTok. The first one is to upload your music so other content creators on TikTok can use your music in their content. They want to use your music to produce their videos. The second option is to start a social presence on TikTok, where you then have to share content continuously and share value continuously. Artists with big personalities, such as Diplo, Post Malone, Jared Leto, use this TikTok to engage with their fans. They create content for TikTok every day, every week. They use TikTok to get to know their fans and for their fans to get to know them and to expose themselves to new fans. If you choose to have a social presence on TikTok, you need to post about 2 to 3 times per day. And with the video editing tools that are in the program, in the app now, making high quality video has never been easier. So you really have no excuses here. Be sure to let your personality shine through your content, as this is the key factor of success on TikTok. So if you opt into just making your music available for other content creators to use on TikTok, you need to optimize your profile for this. And then you need to start networking and contacting other content creators. Content creators are typically influencers. They have a very engaged and strong following. If they create content to your song, you can reach a large number of people in a very short amount of time. And the amount of repetitiveness that is in the platform, if your song goes viral, it will be played repetitive over and over and over and over again, which only benefits your streaming numbers and your brand and your music. It's being heard more times. So get them to create content to your song. Gary Vee said it very wisely a few weeks ago. 5 TikTok influencers doing a dance to a snippet of your song will outperform $4 million in media spent by a record company and any day of the week in 2020. TikTok, better get to it. Number 2, Reddit. You're probably thinking, what the hell is Reddit doing here? And it's not technically a niche platform either. But Reddit does a fantastic job in creating the niches within the niches. There's subcategories of everything. And it's basically a million niche platforms all under one umbrella. So Reddit has all these different types of forums where anyone can contribute content to. You can join any discussion. And all the other users will then vote up or down on the content that you share. What's genius about Reddit is that there's no real influencers, and any content has the ability to go viral. It's not like Instagram, where it's impossible to go viral and to get organic reach these days. This is all based on the users and what the users like and vote on. So to get started with Reddit, you actually need to start engaging with other Redditors out there. You need to begin hanging out at subreddits, subforum topics. Try find a few that are really directly related to your brand. Are there any areas that your fans are interested in that you can join a forum about? Sports? Gaming? Makeup? Think creatively here. And as always, being authentic is the key for this platform as well. You need to engage with real life examples, stories, and content and interactions with your fellow Redditors. There are some pretty strong communities here in the forums. So when you're browsing through Reddit, start small. Start with the niches. Start with the subtopics, the sub-forums, and then work yourself up. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? And besides, finding your fellow freaks will never happen in the mainstream. So here are a few examples of artists and how they've used Reddit. So this is Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's thread, where they started a thread where you can ask them anything. This is J. Cole when he launched his album Born Sinner. And this is Deadmau5's community on Reddit. Number 3, Twitch. During the course of the pandemic, Twitch saw a huge spike of DJing entering Twitch to live stream their format, DJing for their fans. And you also saw a few musicians start gaming with their audience, with their fans, and live stream themselves while gaming. The music category is one of the fastest growing categories on Twitch. While the spike of musicians is beginning to slow down because the DJs are facing the same problems of copyright on their music that they are on Instagram and Facebook, there's still a lot of potential for musicians on the platform Twitch. So whether you go in on the platform of making music and creating your art and live streaming it, or if you just want to game with your fans, you need to conquer the live stream format. Twitch is all about live streaming. So this started off as a platform only for gamers. Well, since then, it's branched out into a lot of different types of content creators. But if you are a gamer and a musician, you can technically do 2 things at the same time. You can game while engaging with your audience. What better way to engage with the audience while doing something you really love doing? The reason Twitch is so interesting for a musician is the different types of options of monetizations on the platform. Twitch understands how to make money on live streaming. and the network and the community that are there, and they really help each other build each other up by using something called raids, where you then move your audience, when you're done with your live stream, over to another audience. This is all about networking as well. Your partners, influencers, other content creators. If they can move traffic over to your channel when they're done with their live stream, you will then see a spike of traffic. So start collaborating with some content creators on Twitch that are directly related to your brand and that has your fans and your audience already. So creating a community on this platform is far easier than the big platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, because it's such a sense of community on the platform. That's what it's built around. Here are a few artists on Twitch. You have Post Malone, T-Pain, and Steve Aoki, just to name a few. And I'm sure we remember when Drake and Travis Scott and Ninja all streamed them playing Fortnite on Twitch a few years back. Musicians are entering the platform rapidly. Number 4, Pinterest. So what makes Pinterest so interesting is the high conversion rate that is on the platform. It has the highest conversion rate out of all social medias out there. Statistics shows that 87% of the community has purchased a product because they saw it on Pinterest. And half of Pinterest users make over $50,000 per year. They have money to spend. So if your merch game is strong, or if you have an e-commerce store, Pinterest may be a good fit for you. So what happens on Pinterest is that users will create these boards of images that they will share with their community. If you're good with visuals and you communicate through visuals, musicians can use these boards to create inspirational, educational, and promotional images that users can follow for good visual updates. You can, for example, have an entire board dedicated to lyrics, musical equipment, musical technique, you name it. You can even create a board that shows the influences, the inspirations from your newest album. Communicate through images. And this is a great way of selling your album and your music as well. Remember, high conversion rate. But just like any other platform, you need to give value before you receive value. So what are you waiting for? Get pinning. So niche channels gives you easier access to specific audiences. And if your audiences are hanging out on these niche channels, you should consider being there. On niche platforms, there will be less spam and there will be easier to get traffic and easier to get to your audience. So what's happening with the other channels now, like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn? They're decreasing their organic reach. It's being more and more difficult to be seen on the platform. So considering the niche platform may be a very strategic move for you as a musician. You need to choose one that fits your audience, but one that also fits your form of communication. If you've tested out a few other niche platforms out there that worked very well for you as a musician, I'd love to hear more about them in the comments section. If you like what you saw here today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more music marketing related videos every week.